Thanks for joining me on the Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Enyunam. We are still in the Western region, and the whole of this week or month, it is to explore the various farms that Samuel ventures into, aside being a teacher in the classroom. So he's brought us to just a small portion of cinnamon farming that he is into. He says he has some bigger portion elsewhere, but where we find ourselves, it is scattered and mixed in other plants. But we're just going to give you an education. Most of you might assume that cinnamon is only cultivated in Israel. No, it can be cultivated right here in Ghana. That's what you see right behind me. Okay, that is it. You see it right behind me. Now, Samuel, assuming this is the first time someone is hearing about cinnamon plants being cultivated in Ghana, what kind of tree or plant are we referring to?
We are referring to aromatic plant, which is medicinal as well. And basically, people think that it's an imported plant, but it can grow in Ghana here. It's used in most of our pastries, medicinal plant, and you also extract essential oil from it. So you have cinnamon essential oil, which is basically used in pharmaceutical industries and aromatherapy.
Okay. What kind of land is good for cultivating cinnamon?
Cinnamon needs a lot of water because the leaves, it has more leaves. So when it doesn't have, the land that is good is an area that has more rainfall pattern, then it can be grown in that area, forest zone, because it's a tree plant or a tree crop.
Okay. In which time of the year is it good to plant your cinnamon?
The rainy season. Any plant goes well in the rainy season. But if you have a good irrigation, then time wouldn't be important. You can plant it anytime. Anytime.
Okay. So in that case, how do you come by the seedling, like what you're holding now? How do you come by it?
You could see underneath of this had a seed.
Okay.
Yeah, so you nest the seed. When it gets to about 10 centimeters or 15 centimeters, you can transplant it on your field.
So it means you do nursery before transplanting.
Exactly.
How many weeks or days does the nursery takes?
The nursery will take you like 3 weeks to a month to have it ready.
Okay. All right. How long does this little or baby plant takes to grow to the level we are saying?
The one behind us is over 10 years. So to get a mature plant, you are looking at 5 years and above.
5 years and above.
Exactly.
Now, do you harvest the flowers, leaving the plant, or you cut the tree? How do you go about it?
We harvest the leaves for the essential oil, and we harvest the bark for the cinnamon powder.
The bark, as in the tree itself?
The tree bark.
Okay.
Yes, that is where we get the cinnamon rolls that we see in the market, and sometimes turn into a powder form for most of our food that we eat as spices.
Okay. How long can I keep harvesting my cinnamon for?
When you harvest the leaves, it will take a period of, let's say, 3 months again to have the leaves. You see that this leaves is very, very green.
Yes.
It's not yet mature for harvest, so I have to give another time, let's say, and a month, then it will be deeper green. This is a yellow green. When it is deep green, then it means it's ready for processing into oil.
Okay. Does cinnamon also need any kind of fertilizer?
Yes, it does, but we are into organic farming, so we don't use fertilizer on the field. But if you want to go conventional, you can use fertilizer, and that can enhance it to grow faster than when it is being without fertilizer.
Which other regions in Ghana do we grow or cultivate cinnamon?
Yeah, there's this man in Suhum that came for some seedling called Mr. Glover.
Okay.
So currently he has some few trees of cinnamon, and then there's a friend of mine at BA. Bunsu also has few cinnamon trees.
Okay.
And then
so is it usually on commercial basis or it's only on small scale?
what I've been seeing is on small scale. People have it in their house where they use the leaves for tea every morning. So it's not on commercial basis. But the one at board there is about 4 acres, which is on commercial, 4 to 5 acres on commercial base. That is what I process for the cinnamon oil and the cinnamon powder.
Right. Okay. So the first plant you showed me at the far right had some,
Black
Um,
spots.
exactly. Is there any form of disease or insect that attacks cinnamon plant?
Yes, caterpillars loves it a lot because of its sweetness in it. So caterpillars like to eat the leaves. But the plant is so strong that it gives more foliage, so they can't overcome the plant.
How do I prevent caterpillars from attacking? I mean, what symptoms should I see and quickly prevent it from
Okay.
them destroying the whole plant?
If you see that the leaves are turning into yellow color, then it means there has been some caterpillars on it. Then quickly you can use the hydrosol from the citronella to repel them.
Okay. Assuming I'm cultivating 1 acre of citronella, you have 4 acre at Bordier.
Yes.
This one is just a few of it.
Cinnamon.
Yes. How much am I expected to, look out for
If
to
you want to
invest?
do a cinnamon farm of an acre, you'll be looking, let's take the cost of the land because it varies from places to place. Then you'll be looking like 3,000 cities to invest
For 1 acre,
for 1 acre.
3,000
3,000
per
Ghana
acre.
per acre.
The 3,000 covers what and what?
It covers the cost of the seedlings, it covers the cultivation, and it covers the clearing till it gets to a maturity stage.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to be harvesting the plant for the next 10 to
Oh, the next 50 years. This
50.
and the more it's getting bigger, the more you are getting the back.
50 years.
Yes. The ylang ylang can stay for 200 years.
Okay. That is another story for another day. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of things that someone has on his farm. I would have to go and come back again. You see, I've run out of battery and other things, but I really needed to bring this interview for my people to see. A lot of the time we mention cinnamon, they say, "Oh, it's from Israel." It's from... We have cinnamon right here in Ghana. Is cinnamon farming also profitable?
It is profitable. It is. Any agric, if the money is in the soil, so it's just like the citronella. And this oil is more expensive than the citronella. It's about 10 times expensive than citronella. But the problem is you don't get it more like the citronella. The oil ratio in this is lesser than that of citronella.
Okay. All right. So, assuming I want to go into the cultivation of cinnamon, what and what would you suggest that I put in place? How many workers averagely am I looking at for? Let's use the bigger farm you have, the 4 acre. Averagely, how many workers? And usually, how much does labors? How much do they charge? Will I need them the whole 5 years for the maturity, or just after planting and everything? That's the stage I need a lot of people. Then I have to let go.
Okay. You contract people to do. So they will do the first clearing. You pay them, which is about 600 per acre. Then after, if there's a forest zone, you have to bend and remove the debris. That also call for extra 300 to 400 Ghana cedis.
Per head.
No, per the acre.
Okay.
Then after you have prepared the land, then you buy your seedlings, which will take about 60 pieces
For 1 acre.
for 1 acre.
60 pieces of this
60 pieces of this
for 1 acre.
for 1 acre. And this one is 20 cedis per a seedling.
Okay.
Then you let them plant it for you. So after every 3 months, you engage people to weed around the trees till it gets bigger or it gets to the maturity stage.
Okay. I also realized you did some bit of intercropping.
Yes.
What and what plant do you suggest or recommend I intercrop my cinnamon with?
Yeah, ideally, you can do that with citronella because you can grow citronella underneath. So instead of paying people to weed the weed in the normal weeds, then it will be covered by citronella at the same time, which is money for me. So as you see here that I've weeded, it's going to be planted by citronella.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. That's a good businessman right there. Instead of you planting your cinnamon and going to plant something else that will bring weeds, why don't you grow citronella that you'll be harvesting for the next 10 years whilst this is growing? And it doesn't have any negative implication on each other.
It even enhances the yield or it makes the plant grow faster because it conserves moisture. And then it also, when it's dry season, when you have the trees inside, it's dry season, it also protects the citronella from drying. So they help each other.
All
Yes,
right.
in Ghana.
Okay, so finally, final up. The product you make from the cinnamon,
Mm-hmm.
the powder, the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oil,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. Who are your target market? Is it domestically sold or you also do export?
Is domestically, so those who are into exfoliating product, cosmetic industry, and then the pastries, they are the very people that buys it. Yes,
Okay.
for
How is the demand like?
the demand, people are not aware, so the demand is low for the cinnamon. It's very very slow.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it. Samuel Donko. He is a multiple farmer because he has a lot of things. In fact, he was telling me I have the same masa. Yeah, it's okay. You want to finish me today? It's okay. It's okay. So we have enlightened you about cinnamon cultivation. In case you thought that cinnamon does not do well in Ghana, if you see any cinnamon products in the market in Ghana, do not assume it is exported. It is produced, cultivated right here in Ghana. And the good part is that you can intercrop it with citronella. They help each other. And this can take you as long as 50 years. And it comes across like a one-time investment. The rest that is left is profit for you. So in case you still, contact, do I do citronella or do I do cinnamon? You can catch up with Samuel Donko on his social media platform, and I'm sure he would enlighten you more on how to go about it. But hey, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. If you're watching, please subscribe and share this interview. Let someone know the good things that can be grown, cultivated right here in Ghana. Thank you so much. This has been the Ghanaian Farmer, and I'll come your way again with more videos. But hey, like we always do, we
Let
need
us know.
cameras, we need drones, we need pickups to travel to far distant places because the farms are not in the city, they are very far away. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.